me place sonze rie.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream. And I can't help but watch that intro that was made for me and miss being in Kiev, miss being in Ukraine. I can't wait to get back there. But that's another story. Let's get into let's see if they've released the new one here. No, they still haven't released the one for 10 o'clock. But let's go into the one for 1600. Hey there, Blue. Hey, Sally. Привет. Russian invaders continue to storm the positions of Ukrainian defenders today. In total, 94 combat clashes have already taken place since the beginning of the day. And note this is at 1600, that's 4 p.m. for the rest of us. Today, enemy artillery and mortar fire in Chernihiv Oblast and Sumy Oblast suffered, in particular, the communities of, oh man, these names are getting harder every day. Chernatsky, Kluski, Gremich, and Obodu. The areas of these settlements, oh, sorry, my throat's deciding to try and close up on me. Again, it's the same places showing up: Torsk, Mirnograd, Rivino, National Center. Oh, the regional center for Donetsk, and Malatomichka of Zaporizhia, Lviv, and Kherson regions. Oh, wow. So all spread out. Again, this isn't the normal one I read, so it's a little bit different for me. Usually I wait till the 10 o'clock one to read for the full day. So in the Kupiansk direction, since the beginning of the century, that's, again, Google Translation is not the best. Since the beginning of the day, Russian occupiers have conducted 10 offensive operations near Petropavlivka, Stepova, Novoselivka, Lozorva, Pischany, Vishnevo. Oh, that one's going to be hard. Myosarvika. 7 clashes were still ongoing as of 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So, Kupiansk, we all know Kupiansk. So, 10 attacks as of 4 o'clock in this area. In the Limansky direction, Liman. We should all know Liman. Izium, Liman. So in this direction, the enemy attacked 11 times near Novomolika, Krivitska, Nevsky, Novosadavo, and Toresky. The situation is under control, thankfully. In the Seversk direction, the defense forces repelled 3 attempts by the aggressor to advance near... Okay, I have to try this one. Vir Kinokansky? Ivano Darivsky and Zimka. 2 battles are still ongoing in that area. Seversk is here. In the Kramatorsk direction, there have been 8 clashes so far in the areas of Kalipka, Chasova Yar, and Stupovichka. Vichku. Stupovichku. Okay. Kramatorsk. Yeah, go to that one. Kramatorsk. So they're really breaking these into small areas for these updates. In the Torets direction, occupiers with the support of bomber aircraft tried 9 times to dislodge our units from their positions in Toretsk and Petrivka districts. They received a tough rebuff. I like how they put that, even in, again, Toretsk. So there's still heavy fighting over this town. And let me go back. Okay, so they haven't shown it yet, but there's reports out about some actions happening in this area that I'm sure we'll be getting video of in the next couple days, and should be interesting. In the Prokrovsk direction, enemy carried out 14 assaults. Lubitska, Lviska, Krytyar, Mykolaievka. Defense forces of Ukraine restrained the onslaught of Russian troops and repelled 14 attacks. Currently, there is still one battle going near Selavodoi. So again, no, across direction, Mirnograd, Selavodoi. In the direction of Kurskivka, Prokrovsk, Sadoy, Kurskivka. Again, I don't know if I'm saying these right. I'm just trying to sound out the lettering as best I can. Hi, Katie. Anyways. In the Kurskivka directions, the invaders attacked 32 times in the directions of Izmailivka, Rnivka, Kurskivka, Zeleny Drugo, Tursk, Urini, Nova Dromitka, Nova Solodivka, Georgievka, Konstantinivka, and Antonivka. Oh, that was a tongue twister. Half the occupiers' attempts to advance have already been repulsed. The fighting continues. The hottest area moments at the hottest at. Okay, that's just not reading right in my head. The hottest area at the moment is near Katernivka. See if I could find that on the map. Okay, I'm seeing like a lot of the other ones, but I don't see the one where they're talking about Katerinivka. Hey, Golby. In the Verminsk direction, the enemy stormed our positions near Bogoyazlinka, once in vain, so repelled. So Vrminska is right over here. Trying to follow this river to the north. And then one enemy attack was repulsed in the area of Robrotno in the Orhip direction. In all other directions, the operational situation has not changed significantly. And again, this is as of 1600, 4 o'clock Ukraine time, which was basically over 12 hours ago. Either 8 hours ahead. So it's 7 in the morning. So yeah, 15 hours ago. Support the armed forces of Ukraine. We will win. And I'll keep checking back here because usually there's a 10 o'clock update from them that pops up. Usually like an hour ago, maybe 2 hours ago, but it still hasn't come up for today. So here they're talking about the regained positions near Novohorivka, Spalny Vodoky, Kurovslivka. The deep state stays pretty up to date, as you can see from the information. Okay, Gobi. I'll try not to burst your eardrums with any loud noises like Sorry. It's just playing. Okay, that's interesting to know. National Bank of Ukraine issued a commemorative coin dedicated to logistics forces of the armed forces of Ukraine. I wish they had a better picture of the coin. So 10 million 10 hryvnia coins. Okay, I need to go back to Ukraine and get one of these coins. They decided to release such a commemorative coin as a sign of gratitude. This became the kind of recognition of the importance and heroism of military logistics who create uninterrupted and reliable support for the defense forces of Ukraine during the resistance and repulsion of Russian armed aggression. Let's do a Google search on that. Okay, so here's some better pictures. Oh, that's cool. They have the medical symbol and that's going to be like the new 10 hryvnia coin. Instruct the composition of the PMM. I'm not sure what PMM stands for. There was tonight an attack was made on a warehouse of fuel and lubricants in the area of Rovinki in the temporary occupied territory of Luhansk. This base stored oil and oil products to supply the Russian army. A fire is recorded on the territorial object, and results of the damage are being clarified. The task was carried out by the forces and means of the main directorate of the Ministry of Defense of Ukraine in cooperation with the other components of the defense forces. It had already been damaged before. So let's go to firms. If that was recent, it should still show up as a fire on firms. So, yeah, a lot of activity on the firms map today. But only 5 of them in, well, 6 of them in Luhansk. I'm guessing here. Yeah, this looks like a train yard, so I'm guessing it's there. So let's go deep state. Oh, what was the name of that town again? Rovinki. I'm not sure I'll be able to find it, but here. So here's the rail line. Yeah, here's the storage area. So this is what's on fire right now. Hey, Lotus. Of course, air alert's still going off. No, nothing that really strikes out at me besides those ones. Telegram. Zelensky official. Let's see what Zelensky has in store for us today. Oh, I kept wanting to point this out yesterday, but this is Ukrainian Airlines jet that's being used. Defense packages for defense, air defense, investments in the production of drones and other weapons in Ukraine are all the result of a visit to London, Paris, Rome, and Berlin. Presented details of the victory plan to our partners. Now we work at a level of teams to make our steps on the front in diplomacy as strong as possible. You know, I'd love to see the American flag there more, but unfortunately, it's not. So, hold on a minute. Let me get that full screen for everybody.
В Києві говорив з Головкомом Сирським доповідь щодо всіх напрямків на передовій і нашої курської операції. Покровський напрямок, молодці, кожен солдат, кожен сержант, кожен офіцер, хто забезпечує захист наших позицій.
Okay, that's why. Hold on.
Бажаю здоров'я.
He was going too fast for me. So
Ой, шановні українці, українки, сьогодні вже в Києві говорив з головкомом Сирським доповідь щодо всіх напрямків на передовій і нашої Курської операції. Покровський напрямок, молодці, кожен солдат, кожен сержант, кожен офіцер, хто забезпечує захист наших позицій. Загалом Донеччина і Запорізький напрямок – це дуже складні умови, це жорсткі дії ворога, але стійкість наших підрозділів має визначальне значення. Саме від нашої стійкості все залежить. Щодо Курської операції були намагання Росії відтиснути наші позиції, але тримаємо визначені рубежі. За цей тиждень ми додали Україні нових домовленостей щодо зброї, і це не тільки постачання, ще виробництво. Кожен закордонний візит – це завжди розмова про інвестиції у промисловість України. Наша промислова база здатна виробляти значно більше дронів, більше снарядів, бойової техніки, ніж дозволяють це робити фінансові спроможності нашої держави. Але водночас є багато партнерів, які з об'єктивних причин не можуть допомогти постачанням зброї. Не мають своєї, але здатні допомогти нам з фінансуванням. Також у деяких партнерів є спеціальні технології, які можуть бути застосовані в Україні зараз, в обороні, в наших активних діях. Є лідерство країн, яке об'єднує інших у світі заради такої нашої спільної виробничої роботи. Я дякую кожному партнеру України, хто вже інвестував в нашу українську оборонку. Ми вже значно збільшили виробництво, зокрема, дронів, завдяки таким інвестиціям. Зараз у Франції ми говорили про нову модель взаємодії, про створення спільних українсько-французьких виробництв в нашій державі. На рівні міністерств оборони це опрацьовується. Вже працює датська модель. Це коли уряди держав-партнерів залучають інвестиції у виробництво зброї. А нову французьку модель ми розглядаємо як можливість залучати інвестиції у створення саме нових виробництв. Дуже розраховуємо на цей результат для України. І це персональне завдання для міністра оборони, для Мінстратегпрому забезпечити виконання всіх наших домовленостей. Я хочу сьогодні відзначити воїнів нашої Нацгвардії України, які б'ються разом з усіма на фронті та особливо проявили себе цими тижнями. 12-та бригада спецпризначення Нацгвардії та, зокрема, старші солдати Роман Здебський та Владислав Русенко. 15-та бригада оперативного призначення молодший сержант Богдан Петренко і сержанти Юрій Колосовський та Євген Кузнецов. Також перша президентська бригада, молодший сержант Владислав Скоробагач та підполковник Володимир Жданов. І ще спецпризначенці 2-го та 4-го загонів Центру спецпризначення Нацгвардії Омега, які воюють на Харківщині та на нашій Донеччині. Їхні імена зараз назвати ми не можемо, особливо чутливі завдання у хлопців, спеціальна робота проти ворога. І результат саме такий, як потрібно Україні. Дякую, хлопці, вам. І ще хочу сьогодні відзначити українських військових капеланів, духовні отці з різних конфесій, які служать, щоб наші воїни мали духовну підтримку та правильну пораду, світлу надію. І дуже важливо, щоб більше представників церков, релігійних спільнот, усі, хто працює на духовну незалежність України, долучались до військової служби України, були ближче до хлопців на передовій, передусім у бойових бригадах. І саме там, де найбільш потрібно. Я дякую кожному військовому капелану, хто служить саме так з українськими воїнами. Дякую кожному і кожній, хто посилює Україну.
that's you guys too. Thanking again Thanks everyone who makes Ukraine strong. You guys, you're the ones that make Ukraine strong. I'm moving my mouse over to the chat window and like hovering over your names. I know you can't see that with this, but
Посилюй Україну. І тільки на сильних позиціях ми досягнемо справжнього миру, справедливого. Слава Україні!
Героям слава. That's the message from Zelensky today. Let me refresh this, see if... I'll send out a note on on YouTube if that updates after the stream ends. Yeah, Firms is a really good intel source. Because some of these are just like normal fires, but some of them, a lot of them are results of artillery strikes. So you can kind of see like where the front line is sometimes with this. You know, so it's a very good information source to have in your bookmarks. How long have the air raid's been going on? 2 hours in Sumy, almost 12 hours in Chernihiv, almost 12 hours in Poltava, 4 hours in Kyiv region, not the city, but the region. Zhytomyr is 2 hours. Switch accounts here really quick. Yeah. Packet. So, 1 Shaheed in Kiev region, 4 Shaheeds in Turovsky, heading towards Vistantia, 3 Shaheeds in Poltava, 2 of them heading towards Kyiv, 1 heading towards Dnipro. So 2 missile carriers are in the Black Sea. Up to 8 caliber missiles potentially could be launched. So another fun morning for Ukraine with their alerts and so I don't have anything special I wanted to cover tonight, so unless you guys have any questions or want me to delve into anything in particular. I don't know what else to cover, so I made call the stream here. Oh, hey, LJ. I still think that's funny. Yeah, you can't see them on the map, but you can. And of course, the musk. The little touches that they add to the deep state map, most people don't see them, but oh man, they're golden. Yoda's watching over it over Ukraine. That's okay. I appreciate. Well, I haven't said your name as like the creator of this, but think since you outed yourself already, it's Golby who created this intro for me, and the boxes I'm talking about. Let's see if I can pause it at a better spot. Like from where the you add the text overlay in, there's like little markers that I pointed out that he's learning too. So am I. So learn together. But let me just double check. So no, they haven't updated it yet. If the update comes before I go to bed, I'll post a link to it in the community tab. That's about all I have for tonight. Human Safari? You have to send me a link or something, LJ. So yeah, I got Discord open waiting for you, LJ. So I'll share that if you want, if you can get it to me. So engine failure of a Russian aircraft in Russia. So um, air defense is working in Kyiv region. Third Assault Brigade tears the enemy infantry into pieces in the Kharkiv region. So new video out by Third Assault. So an assault got repelled.
So I'm in a city right now that is being hit with drones. They call it the human safari. My car has already been chased today twice by drones from the sky. They're hunting.
Too young and pretty to die.
So, could you talk about the work that you do here?
I retired back.
Okay,
in
I don't want to steal this
January,
guy's
22
content,
years.
so
I was in the military 22 years, Marine Corps and Army.
it's something I'll watch later.
It's an honor. It's a privilege.
I'll give you guys the link in
This is
chat.
probably one of the best.
But I haven't seen this channel before, so I'll have to check it out. Oh, one of the other things that came up on a Discord, I was chatting on Discord today, and Holodomor came up. And one of the things that I wanted to, that this 1937. So they talk about Holodomor a lot, and that, you know, they estimate at least 3.9 million people were starved to death in Ukraine. But they say at least because there really isn't definitive information on it. And one of the reasons there isn't definitive information on it is Russia tried to hide it for years. Basically, they crushed information on it until 91 when the Iron Curtain came down. But you see, like Joseph Stalin quoted as on December 35, population of 160.5 million at the end of 1930 to 168 million at the end of 33. And then they ordered a census to be conducted in 33. It finally got done. They finally did it in January of 37. And they were expecting to find around 180 million people. I think it's down here some more. Yeah. So the preliminary results of that census showed in the USSR there was 162 million people. 7 years after they had 160. And they were expecting something like 3 million a year growth rate. So, I mean, they rejected this census so much that, the people that did the census were arrested, imprisoned, executions later, to the point that people appointed to those offices, they didn't go to work because they didn't want to be arrested themselves. Stalin basically said that census was not accurate, it can't be trusted, and ordered a new census done. Well, that new census was done in 1939 and showed 170 million, 0.6 people. Can those numbers be trusted? Probably not. They probably added a couple extra million to make it look better and to hide how many people actually died in the from starvation during that time. So it's just like they erased every bit of information they could about it. So yeah, when people say, 3 million killed in Holodomor, they're talking a minimum number that can be confirmed. One other thing that I found on here that was interesting was the street cleaning service in Kyiv. And I wish I could edit wiki to change that name. In 1933, they picked up 9,472 bodies off the street that starved to death. Only 3,991 of those dead people were counted officially as a death. So you extrapolate that out, and okay, the reported 3 point whatever million people that died of starvation in the early 30s, and there's a direct correlation right there for you. 9,000 died, 3,000, almost 4,000 were reported. So what do you double the numbers, triple them to get what actually happened? Maybe. And if you just extrapolate that out, you're talking, or was it 3? Yeah, they don't even give a number here. So 7 to 10 million is one estimate. 3.5 to 5 million is another. So the information was hidden for 50 years. Well, almost 60 years. To the point that after this 1939 census, Russia did not authorize another census being taken until 1959. So why don't you do a census for 30 or 20 years? Because you didn't like the results of the last one and you don't want the numbers to be known. And it's not just Ukraine that was affected. The areas that it pointed out, that the 37 census pointed out to Russia, was Kazakhstan, Ukraine, the North Caucasus, and the Volga region. And those areas were hit the strongest by the famine. This was another little funny part of it that I thought was, Stalin disliked the results of that census so much, he ordered a total recount of 25,000 settlements. And they found less than 5,000 more people. So not even like a single person per settlement. Stalin was expecting 180 million people in that. And they were 8 million people shy of what because they changed they changed the numbers. So it was 18, 18 million people shy of what they expected it to be. So, okay, maybe expectations were high. Maybe they weren't. So that's why you get such deviation in the numbers that people say. The information was erased. But one thing I can show you is I know going back to the demographics. So Oldmere, hello, I can't even say it right now. That famine would have affected, 90 people that are 90 years old right now. And it basically took a chunk of a population bulge out. And those children should be this bulge. And there's still a bulge, but not so much of one. And then this is this is the grandchildren of the people who survived the starvation. These numbers should be much higher, and is one of the reasons Russia is having such a population problem. But you're also talking World War II. There's a dip there. Oh, I didn't want to zoom in. That dip is World War II. This dip is another war, and now this war. And they're stacking on top of generation after generation after generation. And that's why Russia's population is so messed up. Unfortunately, that it holds true for Ukraine. But let's... Oh. So, right around the 90-year-old mark, you see that bump is not very prevalent. World War II. This should be the sons and the children of that generation. This should be the grandchildren of that generation. And it should, these charts should be a pyramid. You're supposed to have more children than what dies off in your country, but unfortunately it doesn't. And of course, the current war, it's just population hit after population hit on top of generational population hits. So it's just something I find interesting. I'm going to keep that up to watch later. No update yet. All right, well, I don't have anything else I want to talk about tonight, but I was hoping this would come up before the end of the stream, because not this one, but what I wanted to see is like the breakdown of the day. You know, this is the breakdown from yesterday. I wanted to see, this gives me a better understanding than like the casualty reports that are put out. Like yesterday there was 146 combat clashes. You go to the day before, and 114. Go to the day before that, 119. So you can kind of see like how aggressive Russia's being by the number of combat clashes. And I kind of been tracking that in my head about where they're stepping up actions, where they're calming stuff down, and I don't know about that. Well, that's getting close, I'm sure. But yeah, I know you made this for an intro, Goldby. But I'm gonna play this for my outro. Good night, everybody. Stay safe.